The Pope just picked a fight he can't win. He thought his deleted tweets were gone. He thought his old social media account, the one full of anti-Trump, anti-Vance, anti-America First posts, had vanished the moment white smoke rose over the Sistine Chapel. But here's the thing about the internet. Nothing disappears. The internet's forever. And now the first American Pope in the history of the Catholic Church is in an all-out political war with the American president. All right, so Pope Leo XIV, born Robert Francis Prevost in Chicago, Illinois, had a Twitter account under the handle @Dr. Prevost, I guess Dr. Prevost. That account, which was deleted the day after he was elected Pope on May 8th of last year, had been used repeatedly to reshare articles that blatantly attacked the Trump administration's immigration policies and attacked J.D. Vance's Roman Catholic theology directly. Retweeted articles with headlines like, J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others, and a number of similar, often very politically left-wing articles. And this week, Trump found them. He reshared them on Truth Social and wrote, "Not good." Then over the next 72 hours, he called the Pope weak on crime, terrible for foreign policy, and claimed that the Pope had been chosen as an American specifically to try to handle Donald Trump. The Pope, flying to Algiers, responded with this.
What did you think? He said that you were terrible at foreign policy, you had fear of the Trump administration.
I have no fear of neither the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. And that's what I believe. I am called to do what the church is called to do. We're not politicians. We're not looking to make foreign policies, with the same perspective that he might understand it. But I do believe that the message of the gospel, blessed are the peacemakers, is the message that the Lord leads to.
Thank you very much for clarifying.
The gospel has always been political, and that's why the Pope, then Robert Prevost, posted so many far leftist retweets that openly criticized President Trump and his immigration policies. Oh, but I'm not being political. Yeah, nonsense. Border czar Tom Homan, himself a devout Catholic, wasn't having any of this. Here's what he had to say.
I'm not going to speak for the president. I'm speaking for myself, a lifelong Catholic. I wish they stay out of immigration. They don't know what they're talking about. Because if they wore my shoes for 40 years and talked to a 9-year-old girl that got raped multiple times, or stood in the back of tractor trailer with 19 dead aliens at my feet, including a 5-year-old boy that baked to death, if they understood the atrocities that happened on the open border, I think their opinion would change. And I welcome a discussion with any of them because they don't understand. Illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. Where President Trump had the most secure border in the lifetime of this nation right now, lives are being saved. He's saving thousands of lives a year because he has a secure border. Human traffickers are out of business, right? The cartels are going bankrupt because of that secure border. I wish they'd understand that, because if they did, I think they have a different opinion.
Yeah, that's Tom Homan again, bringing fire. He's pointing out one of the most inconvenient truths imaginable. The Vatican, as I've seen with my own eyes, is surrounded by an impenetrable wall. I mean, guys, do you have any idea the level of security you have to go through to enter into that sovereign nation? Smallest one on the planet, right? Pope Leo is not thinking theologically or logically when he torches J.D. Vance on this. He's thinking politically leftist. So you may remember J.D. Vance, this is an interview he did with Sean Hannity back in January of last year. He invoked this principle of ordered loves when he said this. Bottom line, until this Pope can explain why the Vatican's wall is holy, but all other walls of sovereign nations that they want to build are immoral, the rest of us are going to keep asking that question because the walls are still, and so are we.